Well, I wanted to make a video tonight, not about current issues per se, but about something that we should all think about. And that is a very little known essay by Albert Einstein. Now, I'm assuming all of you know who that guy is, and basically, this essay was written after World War II in 1949, and it's probably going to be a multi-part reading on my part, but it is. As far as I know, that essay has no copyright, and um, most of us in the U.S. are probably not even aware that this essay was ever written. So here it goes, and I will let Albert Einstein, aside from the MC square thing, speak for himself. The essay is entitled, I don't know what it was titled actually originally, so let's just drop that. I'm just going to read the essay itself. Is it advisable for one who is not an expert on economic and social issues to express views on the subject of socialism? I believe for a number of reasons it is. Let us first consider the question from the point of view of scientific knowledge. It might appear that there are no essential methodological differences between astronomy and economics. Scientists in both fields attempt to discover laws of general acceptability for a circumscribed group of phenomena in order to make the interconnection of these phenomena as clearly understandable as possible. But in reality, such methodological differences do exist. The discovery of general laws in the field of economics is made difficult by the circumstance that observed economic phenomena are often affected by many factors which are very hard to evaluate separately. In addition, the experience which has accumulated since the beginning of the so-called civilized period of human history has, as is well known, been largely influenced and limited by causes which are by no means exclusively economic in nature. For example, most of the major states of history owed their existence to conquest. The conquering peoples established themselves legally and economically as the privileged class of the conquered country. They seized for themselves a monopoly of the land of the conquered country, and then appointed some sort of priesthood from amongst their own ranks. The priests, in control of education, made the class division of society into a permanent institution and created a system of values which the people were thenceforth, to a large extent unconsciously, guided in their social behavior. But historic tradition is, so to speak, of yesterday. Nowhere have we really overcome what Thorstein Veblen called the predatory phase of human development. The observable economic facts belong to that phase, and even such laws as we can derive from them are not applicable to other phases. Since the real purpose of socialism is precisely to overcome and advance beyond the predatory phase of human development, economic science in its present state can throw little light on the socialist society of the future. Second, now I'm reminding you, this is Albert Einstein talking here. Second, socialism is directed towards a social ethical end. Science, however, cannot create ends, and even less instill them in human beings. Science, at most, can supply the means by which to attain certain ends. But the ends themselves are conceived by personalities with lofty ethical ideals, and if these ends are not stillborn, but vital and vigorous, are adopted and carried forward by those many human beings who unconsciously determine the slow evolution of society. For these reasons, we should be on our guard not to overestimate science and scientific methods when it is a question of human problems. And we should not assume that experts are the only ones who have the right to express themselves on questioning affecting the organization of society. Innumerable voices have been asserting for some time now that human society is passing through a crisis. Remember, this essay was written in 1949. That its stability has been gravely shattered. It is characteristic of such a situation that individuals feel indifferent, or even hostile towards a group, small or large, to which they belong. In order to illustrate my meaning, let me record here a personal experience. I recently discussed with an intelligent and well-disposed man the threat of another war, which in my opinion would seriously endanger the existence of mankind. And I remarked that only a supranational organization would offer protection from that kind of danger. Thereupon my visitor, very calmly and coolly, said to me, "Why are you so deeply opposed to the disappearance of the human race?" I'm sure that as little as a century ago, no one would have so slightly made a statement of this kind. It is the statement of a man who has striven in vain to attain an equilibrium with himself and has more or less lost hope in succeeding. It is the expression of a painful solitude and isolation from which so many people are suffering these days. What is the cause, and what is the way out? The essay continues in part 2.